could potentially face a court contempt against the United States of American court. The American court, which has activated a case for the Zimbabwe government to compensate an amount amounting to United States dollars 250 million, which the government of Zimbabwe has previously refused to pay over the ICIS ruling order. In fact, they were ordered to pay by the ICIS ruling, but the government of Zimbabwe has been ignoring to pay. Now the case has been activated in the United States of America. You remember the former president of Venezuela, was charged by the government of the United States of America, and he continued acting like a brave man, acting like a strong man, and he was arrested. No bullet was fired to even claim one American soldier, especially when the arrest was effected in Venezuela. Could Zimbabwe face a similar situation? It could potentially face such a situation if they don't face the reality, unless if they decide to bow down to the government of the United States of America and pay 250 million US dollars to compensate land seizure in Zimbabwe. Greetings and welcome to our channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, the United States of America has now legally activated a US 250 million US dollars enforcement against the government of Zimbabwe, with dire enforceable consequences against individuals leading the Zimbabwe government. DC federal judge, that is MEP Meta, rejected Zimbabwe's argument that US courts cannot enforce the ICIS ruling ordering it to pay 250 million United States dollars for land seized without compensation. The case is now at US federal case. Continued willful failure to pay the compensation will activate contempt of court charges against the Zimbabwe government in the United States of America. It's something else, and we know what has happened in the, I mean, in the in to countries like Venezuela, especially when the government pretended to be, Maduro, watching him some days before he was arrested by the government of Donald Trump. One would have thought that he was going to give a very, very strong fight. We've seen the government of Zimbabwe, especially when their issues are revolving. Land reform. It's not that I'm not a supporter. I had privilege to start land reform. What transpired in Zimbabwe was not land reform because it hasn't addressed land imbalances in Zimbabwe. The land was given to few cronies of ZANU-PF. Most Zimbabweans remain landless. And ZANU-PF barons, they also sell people lands, and the government goes after massive millions of investments to build houses, to actually destroy these houses. So the fast track land reform was unconstitutional. It was a land reform that was done without a proper legal instrument. Remember, they attempted a referendum which failed. They went ahead without changing a constitution to do what exactly Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa did with CAP 3. So these are the consequences. Some investors have decided, in fact, to take the Zimbabwean government to the United States of America court. The United States of American court actually ordered the government of Zimbabwe to pay 250 million United States dollars. Not so much money, especially for the looters. I think Mnangagwa, it will be better for him. He may actually pay it. He may appear brave. If it was Robert Gabriel Mugabe, I'm certain he would have been stubborn. But is Mnangagwa that stubborn to the United States of America? We've heard him trying by all means not to cross the lines of Donald J. Trump. So now there is a court order that they must pay 250. They have been playing smart. What may be the consequences if that 250 US dollars is not paid? The United States or government may actually arrest government officials of Zimbabwe, most probably exactly the Nicolas Maduro way. How I pray that ZANU-PF government continues to be stubborn so that we also get to experience the movie that we saw in, in Venezuela. I remember when Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa was actually asked that question by the United States of American journalist. He panicked. It was very difficult to. He gave a very pathetic answer, but obviously the bootlickers of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, such as Chris Mutswangwa as well as Barakashi, they said the president answered very, very well. He didn't answer. If it was Robert Gabriel Mugabe, of course, he was a demagogue, but the man, when it came to the issues of Zimbabwe, he, as much as he didn't have power, the power that he projected, but he would speak with confidence, and the world would think, yo, Zimbabwe was maybe another Iran of Africa that could try to resist the United States of America and maybe inflict some pain, whilst there is absolutely nothing of that sort. I am sure they can easily fly helicopters and shoot very, very few bullets before they can arrest some government officials. Maybe we can be free. So it's a case that we are following with keen interest. So the government of Zimbabwe may possibly face contempt of court. And when we're talking of government, the first figure in that government is the president. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okay, is signing out. Let me laugh.